jealousy and envy only destroy friendships because it's a competition there. It never been a competition with us. I'm gonna cheer you on. You know, my parents are gonna cheer you on. We're
Yes.
always gonna be there to cheer you on for any success, small or big.
Hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend.
Oh, hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend.
So let's get into it, girl. 21 years.
Oh my gosh, it seems
Can you
like
believe?
it seems unreal. Like, how did I know you that long? Like, at this point, it's family.
Definitely giving family vibes.
Definitely sisterhood.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's let the people know how we met.
Well, we met in high school.
High school, sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year in Mr. Bethel's class. But we met through a mutual friend, but we was skipping school.
You know, back in those days, we were wild childs. And
Literally.
so, like, literally, to come together for skipping school and we be here 21 years later. Can you believe that?
I can't. It seems so unreal, like, because, you know, we done met a lot of people and, you know, we done, you know, left them behind. And it is what it is. But we stayed, we flourished, and we're adults, and we're having our way.
I like that, having our way. You know, I think losing friends is kind of like a part of the journey. And so that's why I think this podcast is very important, because not only sometimes friends need to be lost. So I think that's something that is going to help a lot of people out when we speak on like losing friends and evolving growth over the years and just like leveling up and not being able to take everybody with you, because I know sometimes people are offended that,
By your
you know,
growth,
yeah.
by our growth, by our friendship alone, just, you know, just being jealous. And we never was jealous with each other. We never competed with each other. We always had each other back through it all. Like, no matter if it was hardship, school, distance, we always stayed solid. And that's what a lot of people lack. And we never crossed boundaries. And that's where things like came together so well, because plenty of people just clash in that way of crossing boundaries, don't know their place, and just overstepping. And
You
we
know
never
what?
did that.
I think we do a good job at communicating, because I feel like we're so open with each other. We can talk to each other about anything. And so I think that makes the friendship easier, because we're able to share. And I mean, sometimes we may overshare, but along the way, we've learned to like draw lines or, you know, discuss what needs to be discussed. And then we know when things don't need to be discussed because we communicate in that way.
Right. And that's why I said a lot of times it's just nobody can outstand like our relationship. It's just impossible. I've never seen it. For all these years, like, we literally never had a falling out. Like, even through the distance of when you left for college, you know, we still remain tight.
But you know why? Because we put in the work. Even though I was away at college, we still talked every day.
Yes.
I would come home on the weekends. I would drive home 6 hours away.
I would beg you, come in. You can stay at the house. I gave you the keys.
Yeah.
You had the keys to my house, and just like, and we just hang out, go out, and just enjoy each other's company. It never was, oh, she thinks she's better than me because she's in college. I went to college, but I didn't finish. And so sometimes that was like oh my gosh, I should have finished, or I should have went off to college too. But I knew that my parents wasn't going to pay for me to stay off campus, and I wouldn't want to stay in no dorm. So that was one of the things that just like kind of stopped me, and I still wish that I would have went off to college, because I feel like the experience was unmatched, and the people that you get to meet throughout going to college.
You know what? That's one of the things that I do like about going to college. I would say the experiences that I received and the people that I met were probably two of the greatest reasons for me going to college. Some of those friendships that I made in college are like some of probably the best friendships that I have now today, still to this day. Friends from college, being able to travel and experience different walks of life, different cultures, going home with friends on, vacations and holidays, during the Christmas time and Thanksgiving time. I mean, I really cherish those moments, but college isn't for everybody. So, I never looked at you like, oh, she didn't go to college. That was never like a thing for me because truthfully, I was 1 foot out the door from college. I stuck in there and I made it only because I set my mindset there. And I'm like, okay, I'm one of those people where when I start something, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to put my mind to it.
Definitely.
But it's not like, oh, she didn't go to college. That's my best friend, girl. All right. So yeah, speaking of college, like I never felt like I was better than you for attending college. Like, I think that's where most friendships go like astray. I think most people think, oh, I'm better than her because, she thinks she's better than me because she went to college. She got a college degree. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about like jealousy and envy and how that destroys friendships and, things like that.
But jealousy and envy only destroy friendships because it's a competition there. It never been a competition with us. I'm going to cheer you on. My parents are going to cheer you on.
Yes.
We're always going to be there to cheer you on for any success, small or big. So for me, it was a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win.
So
that's
I know
right.
if my best friend is winning, I'm going to win. So
Thank you.
how I
Clock
always
it.
So that's how I always looked at it because it never gave I was stuck behind or I was
Right.
left behind because even the stuff that you did learn in school, you would call me and be like, oh, I just learned this in school.
Yes.
Or I just learned that in school. So it never made me feel like I was behind on anything because if I didn't know it, you was going to tell me it, you was going to show me it. And that's how we kept our friendship. And it was definitely about communication. We stuck in there. I mean through any and everything. We stuck. I called every day. You called. It wasn't just me chasing behind you or you chasing behind me.
It was a mutual thing.
Exactly. Mutual effort.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like a lot of friendships go wrong because the motion of everything changes. Yeah. And it's like we still both had our own motion, right. But we still made time for each other. It never went behind to say, oh, I don't care about her no more. Yeah. It was always, that's my best friend. Yeah. Like,
and
period.
You know what? I think people can become jealous because like we said, they see their friend like moving on, probably getting new friends in college and, but we always knew that like,
I'm irreplaceable.
Right.
I'm irreplaceable.
Let them know best friend.
I'm irreplaceable. So I just knew that like, no matter who you meet in life, no matter how many friends you got, I never felt like, oh, I'm going to lose my best friend to them. Right. Or, oh, she's not going to like me anymore. Or, we built such a solid foundation.
We got a solid, when I say we have a solid foundation.
Like the love, the loyalty, foundation. It's just like, you can't buy that in stores. You can't create that. It's just like something that God put together like a marriage. Yeah. And it's just like,
but friendship is like a marriage. And that's why I think a lot of people fall out of friendship because they don't realize that you have to work at
this. It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
It's
you
very
really
much so.
have to put in time and effort. You have to reciprocate. People don't want to reciprocate. People want to take.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's a give and take relationship.
Very much so a give and take. And when you say give and take, we only know really much so takers. Yeah. And that's where the problems come in. No one wants to see the next person elevate without them. And sometimes it takes for your friend to elevate first and then bring you along afterwards. Yes. And people don't have that type of patience. They get impatient. They feel like, oh, she's doing this and doing that. And I'm over here doing this. But it never gave that because for one, you still taught me values and morals about a lot of things because me stopping from going to college, that didn't stop anything because I still strive to be a better me. Every year, it was just like, okay, and I'm a legal assistant now. Right. And shortly after, I was a paralegal.
And then you know what, too, I think we do good at with our friendship is, okay, I might enter a circle that you're not necessarily in at the time, but I'm going to bring you along to my new circle so you can level up the way that I'm leveling up. And then we just keep pulling each other up. Each step, we just keep going further and further. You might meet somebody that I don't know that's on a higher scale. You gonna pull me in and we gonna keep moving.
Exactly. And like I said, again, it's just unmatched. I don't care. You can get the nicest clothes, you can get the more jewelry, whatever it is. You never made me feel less than, or you never showed any type of like, oh, you beneath me.
Right.
Like it never was that. And so even with getting with other girls, it's like, it's such a competition. It's such a, oh, she's doing well. And how did she get this guy? Or how did she get that guy? It's for me. What's
Women
for me
are naturally catty.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. But it's like, what's for me is for me. But you understand what's for me is for me.
Yes.
And what's for you is for you.
And I'm going to always be happy for what you get. So I'm never going to feel like, oh, how she get that? Or, why she get that? I'm be like, yes, best friend.
Yes,
do your big one.
Exactly. And literally congratulate each other for any small win or any big win. And that's a lot of times women can't do. They can't congratulate another woman. They can't say, oh, you're pretty. I don't care. Anytime I see you, I'm like, oh my God, best friend, you look beautiful. Oh, look at your tent. Oh no, best friend, you need to go outside a little bit. It's just like, we can take criticism from each other. Like you can call me and say, okay, I don't like this. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to fix it.
Right.
It's not just,
because you value my opinion, because we value each other's opinions.
Exactly.
So I know if you calling me out on something or you saying something to me, then something is wrong, because this is my best friend and she not going to sugarcoat it with me. She going to tell me how it is. And I trust that you going to do that for me, just like I'm going to do it for you. And so I think that's a testament in itself, because you can call a lot of people and tell them something and they'll just like brush it off. Like, oh yeah, she said this, but whatever.
And just like me being pregnant right now, I didn't feel judged. And by me moving back home and being away for so long, it wasn't a judgment. You didn't judge me. You didn't make me feel less than, because, okay, I'm not married. You're married, but it's not oh, why would you go and get pregnant and you're not married or something like that. It still was, we're having a baby.
We having a baby, best friend. Y'all, we having a baby. My best friend having a baby. We're pregnant.
We're having a girl. And literally you held that secret so tight.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So last Saturday, I planned my best friend a gender reveal. And she was on my back every day about it. Okay. She was clawing at me to reveal the gender. But, I held it down. I stood on my own too.
And the thing about it is, most people wouldn't have even thought to throw their best friend a gender reveal, let alone an event. So, it's just like having someone to be there for you, not just in your happy moments, just in your down moments, to see where you have come from, to see the struggle, to the goodness in me, and, just everything surrounded about me. And just for you to take it upon yourself, to take the initiative to throw me a gender reveal, even after I said, oh, I didn't want one, I just want to find out the gender. You took it upon yourself and said, no, we're still going to have your gender reveal. And that meant the world to me. And still, you was literally snowed in for 2 days and you still came down and made it happen in 3 days. And like, I could not have asked for a better best friend, and God couldn't place us together for a better reason. And we're so different.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, we're just so different, and like, nobody could understand it. And sometimes I don't understand it, because it's just like we flow so well, but we're so different. And I love that.
And you know what? I think the differences is kind of what makes us balance each other out. Like, if that makes sense, like the things that I don't bring to the friendship, I feel like you bring to the friendship. I'm more like the mother bear. I'm going to, make sure we stay, but you more like the wild child. You going to make sure we go out, have a good time.
Yes.
We going to tear the city up.
Exactly.
But I'm more of a like, okay, what we doing, how we moving, we need to stack this, we need to do that to get in position for this. I'm more of like the motherly structured friend, and you more like the, oh, we outside this weekend friend.
Definitely, for sure. But it's still, that's what I said, it's such a balance because you taught me that. You taught me to be like, oh, okay, I gotta save for rainy days because rainy days do come. And I have to be more, stable with everything. Like, oh, I don't want to just keep going from apartment to apartment, No, like, okay, well, when we're gonna think about getting a home or a house somewhere and not just be, unstable or anything like that. It's just like it's the structure. We have such a structured relationship as friendships. So it's like other people won't do that. They'll just look at it as, oh, she's my friend today and I don't got to talk to her again. And it's nothing like that. It's like, I need you in my life. Like I can't go without my best friend.
You know what? And I think that's important. I think that's a lot of, that's a big part of the reason we are still friends, because it's like, if I'm without you for like a certain amount of time, I'm like, dang, like it's a void.
Definitely
like,
a void.
It's like a relationship. Like if we were to split up, girl, it'll be like a divorce. Like I will be in my house probably like playing slow jams, crying. Like it's like a divorce.
Because I've never seen the dynamics of anybody else have this type of friendship because, like I said, jealousy and envy play such a big role, and the comparison. Like it's always, oh, she has this, I don't have this. Oh, she has this, I don't have this. Like you're married, and of course I want to be married one day, but I don't look at it as, oh, you're better than me because you're married, or you act like you better than me because you're married, because you don't. You still. We still act the same way. Like you move different, of course, because you're a married woman, but you still treat this like you still my girl.
That's still my best friend. And you know what? I think although I'm married, I mean, I wouldn't say that marriage is new for me, but I'm still learning marriage. I'm not like far in. I'm 5 years into my marriage, but I just feel like with everything, it just takes time. And so that's why it's like, it's no judgment zone over here, because hell, it took me a long time to get married. I wasn't always married. I was out there. We were single for a long time.
Right.
But I mean, as we started to buckle down and like matriculate through life and get more serious about life, I think we're coming to these points where we're starting to like cherish and value like family, our own family.
Right.
And so with you starting your family now, what you think the next step is, best friend? Do you hear wedding bells? I mean, wedding bells may be on the horizon for you soon.
Yes,
friend.
and I will be right there receiving because I couldn't be more happy. Like I'm at my happy moments. I'm at, a place where I love it. I love it here. Like I'm loving where I'm at. And I couldn't ask for a better surrounding because, like I said, my support system is amazing. And like you are part of my support system. You keep me grounded. You keep me, going. And that's a big part of our friendship as well, because it's like, I'm not alone. I never feel alone, even like in dark times or any type of times. I'm never feeling alone because I know I can always pick up the phone and call you, and it's no judgment, like zero judgment. We could talk about everything. I can show you anything. Yes. I can tell you how my body changing and like, oh my God, look at these. Look at like, and it's never like, oh my gosh, she's just oversharing or she's just, it's such a balance. And I really wish that for most women in this world, because I feel like that's where the cattiness come from, because they don't have a good, valuable friend. They don't value their friends. A lot of people definitely just don't value their friends. They look at them as, oh, you're for this, you're for that. I could go out to the club with you. And it's like,
they got a brunch friend.
Right.
They got a club friend. They got a friend they could go to church with.
Like, no.
But we got an all-in-one friendship.
Yeah, all-in-one.
We can pray together. We can laugh together. We can cry together. We gonna club together. We gonna do it all.
And it's just like wholesome. Like, it's wholesome. And I just wish that on every woman, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's why women are so catty, because they don't have another person to kind of like, not put them in their place, but kind of like,
keep it real with them. Just keep it real with your friends.
And they should be able to accept criticism. Nobody wants to accept the criticism, the harsh reality. And we're going to keep it frank. That's one thing about it.
Please do not sugarcoat it and water it down for me, best friend. I want it raw.
Listen, and you know how we keep it. So therefore, I love that. Like, if every girl can have their own personal, like, best friend that they can just keep it raw and authentic, this world would be much better.
And you know what? I hope this podcast inspires women to go out, and sometimes you have to reach back and reconnect with your friends. Sometimes you might have blew a situation out of proportion and you too big to go back and apologize and say, hey, I was wrong. You know, I don't know where I was at that time. I wasn't in a good space. And I just was blowing things off. And because we need each other.
Right.
Women need each other.
Exactly. And it's like, sometimes I feel like women give men more grace than they will give their own friends that they've been friends with for years. And I feel like if I could talk to a man that did me something wrong, I could
can go back and holler at my girl,
exactly,
you know,
because she just did something that was very small, very you know, little, and I can just go back and say, you know what, I may was wrong for just cutting you off for this reason, and maybe
because we'll give men 67 chances. 50 times that they'll keep doing the same thing, and we'll be like, oh, he ain't mean it.
Yeah, he's sorry.
He's sorry. But our homegirl do one thing, and it's like, oh, she gotta go. She cut.
Exactly.
Why do you think women are like that?
Like, I just...
Is it our emotions, or like...
I think it's the ego. I think it's the woman's ego, because they're just like, I don't need her. Forget about her. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I've been there before. I've cut friends off for small things. And then, but I have realized, like, a year or so go by, and I've realized, like, okay, no, you know, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that serious. Yeah.
But I was just emotional, and women are emotional, and I get it. But sometimes you shouldn't let your emotions take over for you to be like, okay, I never want to talk to her again. Especially if you can take a man back that's probably done worse to you. So I feel like a lot of times women need to take a step back and analyze their own selves and say, okay, you know, that wasn't that serious. Let me see if, you know, we can rekindle this, or we can make it right without it going so far.
Right.
But once it hit the internet, I'm going.
Baby, if we make it to the ground, if we make it to the net,
I'm out.
We can't reconnect.
I'm out. Once any business is exposed or any, you know, social media rants and stuff like that, I'm just out, because I feel like
you putting people in our business now.
to give an opinion about me, to pick and choose a side, and my side wasn't told, and my side not going to be told, because I don't care about validation.
Yes.
So people don't understand that once you put others in your business, it's giving them reason and right to have an opinion, and then that might sway us against each other or further
that can
apart.
make the situation bigger and more explosive than it initially was, because now you have all these parties with an opinion, and now y'all listening to the outside noise, and you forgetting the true friendship is between y'all two. And so that needs to stay private. So
and I agree. Like, everything about a friendship should stay private. What we did, and that's another big thing for me. I hate talking women, and you've never been that way. We can go and do something, and I never got to hear it again. You never got to hear it again. We might laugh about it amongst each other, but we're never gonna hear it again. Like, some girls, they go and call their other friend, like, oh girl, we just did this and we did that, and it's like, shut up. Like,
be quiet.
Shut up. Hush. Like, that wasn't, you know, they wasn't there. Like, you know, if it's some things you just need to keep to yourself. And that's a lot of the problem that I have with women. Like, I feel like they talk too much. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be exposed, and everything has to be told. And I'm very private, and you can say secretive or, you know,
let's
sneaky,
talk about that.
But
so listen, it took us a long time. When I first pitched this podcast to you, like, what were your thoughts? Because I know you wanted to initially do something, but it was not sort of along the lines of podcast. It was more so like influencer, like more so pictures of us out and like lifestyle content. But when I sat down and I thought about the friendship that we had, I knew that we had to present this to the world, because I know it's a lot of women out there who want these type of friendships, and they just don't know how to go about, you know, even meeting a friend, or, you know, even starting something as serious as we have 21 years in. So, I mean, what were your thoughts when I called you and was like, best friend, let's do a podcast?
Initially, I'm like, I'm shy. I'm shy. So, and it's just like, I really thought it was a great idea because we can literally sit on the phone for 3 and 4 hours, like unknowingly.
Yes.
We don't even realize that all that time passed. And when we look at the time, it was like, it's 4 hours went away already. Like, and we're still chatting. We still have stuff to talk about, even though we have been on Just Talk yesterday or the day before that. Nothing never gets old. And I feel like with women, just meeting other women, it's just like, just be yourself.
Yes.
Some women just put on a persona with themselves, like, oh, I'm this way, I'm that way, I'm bougie, I'm this. And sometimes people don't like all that. Just be yourself. Like,
Right.
come, like, meet somebody.
Because sometimes I'm going to come dressed up, but sometimes, baby, I'm going to look a mess.
Exactly. But
and I'm going to own it every time. Whether I look good or whether I look bad, I'm going to own it.
But I can break all that down and know that, oh no, this is a genuine person.
Yeah. I'm going to be the same underneath.
Exactly. I'm not going to look at your clothes and say, ooh, she's snobby or she's bougie. Like, no, get to know somebody and just like know who they really are, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, getting to know someone. So when I look at people, I'll be like, she looks mean, but then I know like she has a nice side to her somewhere down the line. Right. She just probably been hurt by friends. She probably been, a lot of things been to happen in people's life that they are boxed in and they don't want to let people in. But I know that I have a way of like, getting people to open up to me, because it's like, why not?
Because you friendly, best friend. I've been meaning to tell you that. You friendly.
Friendly in what way?
You a bit friendly. But I let you slide. I let you go out there. I give you a little rope and let you go out there. Listen, but you quite friendly.
I'm not friendly, best friend. I'm not even that sociable. But
you're not sociable, but you're friendly. You can be friendly because you like a girl's girl. So like, if you see a girl, like you gonna compliment her.
Right.
And so then that opens up conversation. And then once people start talking to you, they gonna realize, oh, she cool.
Yeah,
she down to earth. Like she open. And so, it's gonna flow from there. But yeah, you can be friendly.
Right. But that's because I am a girl's girl. I like to give, make women feel good about themselves. I like for women to see like.
And you know what? I love that about you.
Thank you, best friend. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I just don't like, you can see somebody over there and she's just looking all mean and stuff. It's like, girl, you look pretty. You look good. Like, and that just might lighten her up.
Women, you know what? Ladies, let's start complimenting each other more. I think we need more of that. Like, if you see a girl out and she looking fly, let her know she look fly. It's nothing wrong with that.
It's not going to hurt you.
It's not going to kill you. I was in the mall last night and I just came in there fresh off a flight. I was looking good, but I wasn't like, my usual, but I was looking good. And I swear a girl off in the distance, she just yelled out to me, girl, you look good. And that made my night. Just a compliment.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like,
exactly. And look at it, brighten the mood.
Yes.
Because you were having such a rough day yesterday.
I was having a rough day, but nobody knew that.
Exactly.
And for her to just throw out that compliment to me, it was like, okay, all right.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so you never know what people going through. So it's like, I always try to, enlighten a woman and make them feel special, because not only a man can make you feel special, your friends can make you feel special. Like when you see your friends and she looking good, like, girl, you looking good.
Yeah,
let
her know.
Like, look at you. Like, and not in a way of like, like
right.
you now she done outdressed me or something like that. It could never be that.
Baby, let me tell you something. Do not ever feel like you gonna outdress me. Put it on the floor, best friend.
That's what I'm saying.
I want you to pop it, okay?
Every time.
When you pull up, pop it. Every time. I don't care what I got on, pop it. Every time.
And that's the difference from our friendships, because it's like, it's no one looking better than the other. We're both gonna compliment each other unknowingly.
Yes.
Unknowingly. We can just be at home getting dressed. We don't call each other and say, oh, what you're wearing. Like, you know what I mean? We just come outside.
Is that a thing still?
That is a thing.
Like, you call your friends and when y'all about to go out, you be like, oh, girl, what you wearing?
I just don't really care for it. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't care for it. I just come out the door. You know what I mean?
Just pop it.
Just come out.
Right. Put on whatever you gonna put on. Just pop it.
Because that's where a lot of the competition can come from. Because they like, oh, she's wearing this. Now I need to go now I don't want to go no more. Some people will say, oh, I'm out. I don't want to go anymore. And it's like, why? We're two different people. Yeah. And you never know. Like, your attraction is not my attraction. Yes. You know what I mean? Because we gonna get attention regardless. Yes. Because we move and we act like those girls. No matter, I could look a mess one day, I can look good. I just always feel like I'm that girl. And
I love that confidence.
Like, I'm gonna keep my confidence high. I'm gonna keep it to the roof.
Because that's why we friends. That's why we friends.
Like, I feel like guys and anybody pick up on that. If you feeling like low, like, oh, I just like, no, I'm feeling like I'm that girl. I'm gonna step like I'm that girl.
Every time you see me, I'm that girl.
Exactly. And I get the same attention back. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like a lot of women feel that. They feel with self-confidence. And I'm gonna keep my self-confidence. Nobody's not gonna stop that. Yeah. I don't care. I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror and say, you're beautiful. You're amazing. You're smart. You know, I keep that going because the affirmations is needed. Yes. If you don't feel like that about yourself, how the others gonna feel that way about you?
And then we pour those things into each other as well. Right. We call each other and tell each other, oh, girl, you know, you did that. Right. Oh, congratulations, best friend. I'm so happy for you. Right. For your promotion at work. Right. Any little small thing, we compliment. And a win is a win. And we love a win.
Yes.
Yes.
And I can't get over, like, you know, just the self-confidence that we have. And it's like, you're never, you know, it's never a point that we're outdoing each other. It's just like you bring something different to the table than I bring, and it just goes together.
And it works.
And it works. Because we can be out at a restaurant and, you know, I could be like, you know, not so dressed up and you could be fully dressed up. Yeah. And, you know, guess what? We're still going to get the same attention as if I was really dressed up because we got that self-confidence. We walk with those strides. We keep our shoulders up and our back straight, you know, and we let it be known like, we're those girls. Yeah. And it's not to sound cocky. It's not to be, oh, we're better than anybody. It's just...
It's a mentality.
Yes.
It's a way of life.
Yeah. Literally a way of life. And that's what most girls and all girls actually, they need. They need to walk around and let everyone know that they're that girl. Yeah. Even if you don't feel like that girl that day, you're that girl.
Yeah, every day you that girl.
Right. No matter you can be with your sweats, no matter you can be with your jeans, you're that girl. Yeah. Always.
And baby, they better have a best friend to remind them because mine gonna remind me.
Right, because every time I'm gonna say, "Ooh, best friend."
Ooh, best friend.
Ooh, best friend. You killed it. Or you looking good. And you know, and with a smile, no hatred intended, no shade, you know, nothing. It's like, I love it. I love when you looking good. I love when you smelling good. Yeah. I just love when you're happy. It makes me happy. Your happiness is my happiness.
And you know what? Speaking of happiness, best friend. Ooh, don't cry. Do not, because you already looking like you want to cry. Don't cry. But this relationship, I can really tell it's the one for you.
Yes.
By the way you smile, by the way you talk, by the way you walk, everything about it is different.
Yes.
And you know I'm gonna tell you, cause baby, last dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't given.
Let's not even talk about the last dude.
What dude?
It's no last dude.
What dude?
It's the only dude.
Trust. Yeah, but it's given, you know, it's given what it's supposed to give. And it's like radiating off of you. Like it's coming out your pores. Like you can tell, like it don't have to be said.
Right. And I feel like everything happens in God's timing. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, God knew that I needed this. Like, I needed the baby. I needed a supportive partner. And I mean, a supportive partner. Yeah. Someone with no judgment. Someone who supports me in any and everything I do. And somebody that is just happy for me. Right. Whatever I'm doing, he's just happy. He's rooting me on. Any win it's a win. And he's like my best friend as well. So it's like he keeps me in line. And also I keep him in line, and it's not forced. It's a genuine relationship where we're best buds. Like, we can talk about everything. I don't have to feel like, oh, he's going to judge me about this or he's going to judge me about that. And he makes me comfortable. That's the biggest part of our relationship. Like, I'm comfortable with him, and he's reliable. He's very much so reliable. Thank you, Lord. It's like nothing I can't ask him to, do and be there for me that he would not do. And, it's no, I'm a try or anything. It's just like,
he gonna get the job
done.
And you know what? I can see that. And I'm so happy, so happy for you.
And that's why God just said, you know what? Y'all need a kid together. Y'all need a baby. You know what? Y'all gonna do this whole thing. And I feel like he is gonna be my husband at some point. I feel like
speak it.
Yes, ma'am.
Clock it.
Yes. I do feel like, a marriage will come from this. I don't feel like he's a person that's just around just to be around. He is dating me with intent.
Yes, and I love that for you. All right, best friend, we're about to wrap it up, but before we go, I thought of this cute game we should play. Okay, so we're going to say who's who. So I'm going to throw out something, and if it's you, we're going to point to you. If it's me, we're going to point to me. All right?
Yes.
Okay, so who's the softie? My best friend is such a softie. She cries for everything.
Listen, I'm just kind of emotional. I'm Aquarius, we have feelings. So, I'm a little soft, but I am stern.
Okay. Who's the talker? You definitely the talker. I'm more reserved for some reason. Like, you won't even know I talk as much if you're not in my close circle, because I'm not a person who's just gonna talk to you if you outside my circle.
Well, I feel that same way, but it's like sometimes, I can be sociable. If I'm in a comfortable setting, I'm gonna be sociable. But if I see it's like kind of tense or something like that, I'm definitely reserved. I would just stay quiet.
Okay. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Who's the one that gets whatever they want? Ooh,
both of us.
Right.
Both of us.
Listen, clock it.
Like literally both of us.
We get what we want.
Like I can't think of something she says she want that she don't get, and I can't think of something I say I want I don't get.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I think too that we mesh, because God favors us, Not saying,
Not saying he don't favor you, babes. But we're his favorite. That's all
I'm saying. Because literally he get the job done for us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay. Who's the sweetie pie? You definitely the sweetie pie. You so mushy.
But you need the mush because,
I can be sweet sometimes, but I'm more of a, acquired.
No, like she's not gonna go and like hug all over you. Like I want to lay on you.
She want to be in your skin.
Yes, I definitely want to be in your skin.
She want to be in the bed with me, rubbing her toes, and I'm like, girl, what's up?
Like,
are you cool?
And it just, like I said, it meshed so well because it's like, you don't like that stuff. Like, and I'm just gonna bring it out of you. Like, hug me, hold me, touch me. Like, like just hold my hand. Like, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it, but just chill. Okay, so who's the party animal? We already know you are the party animal.
But you're
becoming more of a homebody now that you're transitioning into motherhood. You becoming a homebody. But I'm a true homebody.
Like,
home is my place.
Partying is good. If we out. Let's get it. We don't need no dumb moments. We need to crack this thing up, get it cracking. So it's like, of course, I want to have a good time. I hate, going somewhere and it's a dull vibe and everybody's standing around. No, once I get my 2 drinks in me or my 1 or 2 drinks, it's up. Let's turn this thing out.
Okay. Who's the anxious one? We can both be anxious, but your anxiety
is through the roof.
Will be through the roof. Like, it will make you shut down.
Literally, like, I overthink everything, but
I'm an overthinker too.
But it's like,
I'm a
I don't know
real big
why
overthinker.
I overthink, because I already know God's going to work it out.
Right.
And that's the same with you. I feel like I don't really think you're an overthinker,
I
because
overthink so much stuff. Ooh,
I think you overthink, but you get the job done so effortless. Like,
you know what? I overthink, but I overplan. So
Yes.
I compensate for the I'll overthink it, but I'll overplan it so that it still pulls through, or it still follows through, if that makes
right.
sense.
And it's with me, I'm more so, I'm a wing it. I'm gonna wing it, but it's gonna work. That's the thing. It's like, you're gonna literally plan it to the T, and it goes well. Me, I'm gonna overthink it, and I done like forgot, and then I'm winging it. I'm definitely winging it.
Ain't nothing wrong with winging it, best friend. Okay. Ooh. Who's the safety nerd and who's the mama bear?
You are.
I'm both the safety nerd and the mama bear.
Yes. I don't care what question I have. It could be how to spell this, or can you read this over and see if I got any grammar errors? You're gonna read it so quick. You're like, that took me about an hour, and you're gonna get it done.
I don't know when I became the mom friend.
Yeah, you are definitely the mom friend.
So I always been the mom friend?
Not always. I don't feel like it's always been that, but it's like it grew onto you, and that's who you really are. Because it's like, you got your wild side.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna make sure we safe.
Right. You can still drink your free drinks and get us home safe.
Right.
I'm be like, I'm out. I'm laying out. Like, and you still gonna make sure we home. I wake up like,
I'm gonna make sure we do what need to be done for safety, for sure.
Always.
Who's the bougie one?
She's definitely the bougie one.
Huh? Who put this on the card?
She's definitely the bougie one. Like, people will look at her like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to talk to her. Or, you know, even my friends, like, they will literally be like, oh, Vernika asked bougie. And I'll be like, no, she doesn't.
I think I'm so down to earth.
Very much so, but that's when they get to know you. Other than that, they're scared of you. Like, they're just like, oh my gosh, like, she's not gonna like me. Or
but I'm so, like, literally, once I know you, I'm so down to earth. Like, I'm standoffish at first because I'm a Cancer. So I'm reading you. I read the room, baby. So I'm picking up on energies, and, you know, so I'm going to be a little standoff at first.
And especially if she feel the vibe, she finna tell me a little later. She gonna be like, oh, she a hater.
Like your mama used to do.
Yeah.
Don't bring that little girl around to my house.
No lie. She is gonna say that. She's gonna be like,
don't bring that little girl around me.
She ain't the one.
She not
leave her by the wayside. And she good is gone. Cut. Because I value your opinion. I value,
because you know, I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong.
Exactly. And I trust, and our trust level is there. And I know that if you're saying it, that means something is off.
Right. Okay, who's the foodie? I don't feel like I'm a foodie.
You eat a lot of different things. I'm picky.
I'm definitely very picky, and I will say, as an adult,
you've traveled.
I'm well traveled, so my taste has changed when it comes to food. So you might be right. I'm the foodie.
Yes, you can eat all kind of things, and I'm like, I'm not touching that.
But you know what you're gonna touch? That chicken.
Listen, don't go telling my teas now.
Okay. Ooh, who's the petty one? Who petty LaBelle? Ooh, petty.
I feel like you're petty. You can be petty. Like, yeah, for sure. I feel like your pettiness definitely is an overprotectiveness. It's not just, you just petty to be catty and nasty. Right. It's just like, you're overprotective and you're going to see it. Yeah. You gonna peep it.
I'm going to clock it.
You going to clock it.
If it's to be clocked, I'm going to clock it. We tied for this one, best friend. Who cutoff game is strong?
Both of ours.
Baby.
I can't.
I will drop you so fast.
You're out of there. Like, and that's the thing that I do love about the both of us. And I mean that, like, we both have that strong cutoff that we're never calling each other crying on the phone. No. Like, oh my gosh, she broke my heart. No, because we both gonna be looking like, what the hell?
And you know what? I think that's because we have such a strong bond. It's like, I don't care who I cut off, as long as it ain't my best friend.
Exactly.
Everybody can get up out of here.
Anybody can go.
Anybody can get
go.
it.
Like, but it's just like men-wise, for sure. It's like, I never remember a moment where you calling crying and just like, oh, he broke my heart. We break the hearts. You know what I mean?
We're heartbreakers.
We're the heartbreakers. You know, it's like, we don't get that tied in. And it's like, yeah, we love people and stuff like that, but we don't
know the limits. We know the boundaries. We're not going to let nobody play us or drag us.
Exactly, and drag us along. We know when enough is enough.
Yeah.
And
we know when to get out of there.
Right. And I feel like a lot of times that frustrates me in friendships because I don't be with that. Like when I hear women crying over men and stuff like that, I just kind of get like, it's like a cringiness. And it's not like you don't love somebody or, you know, they're not for you or something like that. It's just like the man for you isn't going to have you crying. Yes. The man for you is going to, time you said something was wrong, they're going to be crying outside your window. They're going to be sending you flowers. They're going to try to fix it before it gets to the next level. So if you're dating somebody that isn't consistent or, you know, don't want to bring you joy, why are you there? He hates you. Yeah. You know, that's how I get over it.
Yeah, that's how you analyze it so that you can leave real quick. It's like,
I'm quick to say he hates me.
He ain't doing it. He hates me.
He ain't called all day, or he ain't called half a day, or like, you know, it's like all day or something like that. He hates me. I'm never talking to him again, you know, because why am I going to give you that opportunity to hurt my feelings or to bother me or bother my spirit? Yeah. So you're not the guy for me, and that's fine.
Who apologizes more? I don't feel like we ever really have to say sorries because we always are just like, we always on the, even if we're not on the same page, I feel like we're so clear in communication that it's like, okay, well, I get it. I see your side. You see my side. Oh, cool. We moving on.
And I just feel like I never want to cross those boundaries anyways, that to put me in a sorry moment. You know what I mean? So it's like, what I have to say sorry for when I already know that I shouldn't do this or I shouldn't say this, or none of that stuff really come to my mind to like put us in a space where I gotta say sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm never trying to,
because we thinking ahead. Like, we really work at this friendship, y'all. Like, this is no joke. We really work. You heard what she said? She never put herself in a situation where she feel like she gonna need to apologize. That takes thought. Okay?
Because it's like, why would I want to, you know, mistreat my best friend? Or why would I want to say something to hurt my best friend? And if it's not real constructive criticism, it's hatred. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who's the social butterfly? I feel like you the social butterfly. I feel like you can just get out and meet people and talk to them and just, I'm not going to do that. Like, I will talk to people, but it's going to be like,
it's very reserved. Yeah, like, you gotta be in your space.
Yeah, I gotta be in
But yeah, I feel like I am a social butterfly. But it's like, you know, in a comfortable setting, because like, I don't know, I don't like awkward moments. So I'm gonna start talking anyways. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start talking to people, and then, you know, and to lighten the load in the room, and to, you know, brighten the room. Like, you know, let's talk. Let's talk, like, you know, hey, how you doing, girl?
Okay, and last question before we wrap it. Who's the fashionista?
Best friend.
Baby, I'm going to pull a look. If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to pull a look. Okay, but listen, my best friend going to come too. She's a heavy hitter. Do not underestimate my best friend, because she going to pull up. She going to show out, okay? But I don't know. I've always had a love for fashion. Like,
and I feel like that comes from like, and I feel like myself too, but it was like, I was the one that I'll probably have like something on, like, especially like in high school, probably like, it wasn't called designer back then. It was like name brand. Right. So I have on my name brand, but I'll probably wear tennis shoes. I was the tomboyish girl. So it was like, you're the one like, if you don't go put on some heels.
You is not coming with me with them tennis shoes on. We finna get you a pair of heels, Miss Mamas. Okay?
So
But even in that criticism, it wasn't like you was like, oh no, I'm gonna keep on my tennis shoes. It's like, okay, well, pick me out a pair.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, like, you know, hype me up,
Yeah,
you know?
I picked
Hype
our
me
best
up.
friend one pair of heels, baby. She took off. She soared
Right.
after
So
that.
after that, it was just like, oh, okay, like, because like I said, I was really kind of like always around, you know, boys, my brothers and stuff like that. You know, I want to be with the boys and stuff like that. So it was like once I got into high school and my brother actually left from high school in 2003, it was like, okay, I'm out here by myself. Now I just got to wing it and, you know, do what I can. And once I met you, it was just like, no, we gotta put you in some heels.
Yeah.
Like take them tennis shoes off. Like, cause I have air pair of Jordans and they'll be like, no, like this cute and all, but we need to go outside.
Yeah.
So it was just a transition, but it was a great transition. And that's what I said. We learned from each other.
Yeah.
It's not oh, you're putting me down because I'm dressing like this. It was just like, no, put some heels on with that. And look, it changed the whole outfit.
Yes.
But we both like, you know, keep up with our fashion and, you know, putting that shit on.
It's definitely putting it on. All right, best friends, you made our day. Same time, same friendship. See you next week.
Bye, guys.